Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare and sometimes self-care. So if that's your vibe, please subscribe and brr, it's getting chilly. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling that colder weather? Is your skin feeling it? Because mine definitely is. You know, when it starts to get colder, my skin rebels. It gets a lot more sensitive. It's more prone to inflammation. It definitely goes a lot more dry, and sometimes it even gets itchy and irritated, and sometimes I even have an eczema flare up. So today I just wanted to talk about some of the most soothing skincare that I turn to in times of need, especially during cold weather. This is for skin that is feeling dehydrated, irritated, inflamed, itchy, overly dry, and patchy. These products are for you. So urea is a natural moisturizing factor, so it's great for helping to hydrate the skin, but it's also great for supporting your skin's moisture barrier function. And I have to be honest, you know, I'm always talking about moisture barrier, moisture barrier. It's the root of all healthy skin, and all of the symptoms that we're going to be talking about today, the itchiness, the dryness, the irritation, the sensitivity, the inflammation, those are all signs that something's not quite right with your moisture barrier. So while you want to definitely help with those symptoms, you definitely want to get to the root of that, which is helping to strengthen up your skin's moisture barrier. So urea is great because it targets the itchiness, but it also helps with your moisture barrier function overall as well. So urea is so great for skin that feels sensitized and itchy because yes, it's definitely helping to hydrate and moisturize the skin. It's helping with your barrier function, but it also has the ability to just really calm and soothe itchy skin. And it's particularly good if you do suffer with psoriasis or eczema or just really dry skin, because urea has the ability to help soften and slowly exfoliate away the dry, built up rough patches of skin that you do sometimes get with eczema or psoriasis, or even when you just have dry skin, you get all those patches, you know, those like flaky patches on your skin. Urea is amazing for helping to gently take care of that. So this moisturizer from the Inkey list is not a thick and heavy cream like you might have been thinking when you're thinking itchy skin. You're probably thinking like a really thick cream. It's not. It's more of like a hydrating, almost airy lotion-like texture to it. There's definitely a good amount of hydration here, a little bit of non-greasy, non-rich, non-oily feeling moisture, not a ton of occlusivity to this. So for me personally, I like this product not really as a final moisturizer, but maybe something I layer underneath a moisturizer. It can be, if you don't appreciate super thick creams, this is like perfect for your moisturizer, right? But it can also be used to target specific areas on your skin. So if you are having an eczema flare up, I love just using like a dab of urea cream right where the eczema patch is. It really helps to soften that flaky skin, that rough scaly skin. It helps to soften that and help it go away a lot faster. Or just areas where I'm feeling a lot of itchiness. It's always my chin for some reason. It's like I get a lot of eczema around my lips and my chin, and then I just get a lot of dryness and dehydration around here. So if I'm really feeling the itch, I'll just put a little layer here. But I have to say, one of my secrets is urea for your hands. Because in the dead of winter, in the coldest months, my hands get dry. They really, really crave moisture, but they are like deep down itchy inside, and my cuticles go so rough and flaky. Urea is the secret to that. It hydrates, it moisturizes, it relieves the itch like nothing else relieves the itch, but urea will. And it makes your cuticles look better in the long run, because if you get that built up dry skin, this helps soften it over time. Next up, I want to talk about the Roche-Posay Toleraine Hydrating Gentle Cleanser. Now, when colder weather rolls around, you might start to feel a little bit more dry than you usually do in other seasons, because the air can be very harsh and icy. There can be a lot of wind that can dry out your skin, but also when you're inside and the heating is constantly going, that can increase hydration loss in your skin, dehydration, and that can lead to that feeling of dryness on your skin. So one of the easiest like switches in your skincare routine that you can make that I think a lot of people overlook is your cleanser. Very often, the cleanser that serves you in summertime is not going to serve you in wintertime. I do have combination skin, so my skin definitely fluctuates with the seasons. I'm a lot more oily in the summer, so a good foaming cleanser feels amazing in the summertime to really work through all that oil and sunscreen. But in the wintertime, a foaming cleanser, which felt good in the summer, might actually leave my skin feeling a little bit drier for having used it. You know what I mean? So it does make sense to take a look at your cleanser when the colder weather rolls in, because you might be needing a change. I definitely did, and I'm really loving this one because this is a really beautiful milk cleanser from Roche-Posay that's not filmy. Because the thing about milk cleansers is sometimes they can really moisturize your skin and feel so good, but it's almost like you're starting with a thicker layer on your skin with the rest of your skincare products, and I just don't always like that filmy feeling. This washes away so cleanly, but it does leave your skin soft and moisturized and soothed. So if you're feeling that irritation from dryness, this is the best way to kick off your skincare routine, because you're starting off like not at a deficit, right? You have a surplus of moisture on your skin, not filmy, but a surplus of moisture, and then you can build your routine from there and really comfort and soothe your skin. I also find, even if you're not experiencing a ton of like true dryness on your skin, but you're feeling a lot of itchiness or a lot of irritation or sensitivity, going for a milk cleanser is a really great option too, because sometimes those foaming cleansers can make the irritation feel worse when your skin is already vulnerable. This is like the gentlest. It doesn't really foam up. It doesn't strip the skin. It's one of the gentlest forms of cleansing that you can do for your skin. So sensitivity, dryness, this one's got you covered. Here's the Kelly classic, Stratia Liquid Gold. I talk about it all the time. And sometimes I'm thinking like, how can I not talk about this product to like keep things fresh? But it always comes back around to this product because it always comes back around to your moisture barrier, right? Like I was saying at the beginning of the video, a lot of the symptoms that you might be feeling during cold weather, like dryness, irritation, itchiness, that is all usually linked back to your skin's moisture barrier, which is the root of healthy skin. And so for me, when my moisture barrier is feeling tested, this is the product that always comes to my rescue. And with the seasonal change, just the drop in temperatures, like the first couple of weeks where it gets really cold, my skin gets tested so much, my barrier gets tested. And so I love leaning on a product like Stratia Liquid Gold to help me through, because it's got the ceramides, the cholesterol, the fatty acids, the holy trinity, right? Plus it's got niacinamide in here. We've got sea buckthorn fruit oil and rose hip oil in here to add a lot of nourishment to the skin too. So if you're feeling a lot of dryness in combination with the irritation, this is great. I mean, this is fantastic for repairing damaged moisture barriers as well. But it's also a nice product to have on hand when colder weather comes around. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more dry, maybe a little bit more sensitive, but you still want to use your chemical exfoliants, your retinoids, your vitamin C's. This is the product you need to layer into your routine alongside of those products to get you through. I mean, this is amazing for like retinol or tretinoin night in the dead of winter. This helps your skin like take it so much better. Do you know what I mean? So I really wanted to highlight it in this video because when it comes to soothing your skin in extremely cold temperatures, pushing your moisture barrier, this is my savior. Now, when your skin is feeling really irritated, you are looking for quick relief. You do not want that feeling on your skin anymore. One of my go-to products for quick relief is the Bioderma Sensibio Wash Off Mask. Now, this is a creamy moisturizing wash off mask that has a similar moisturizing feel as the Roche-Posay Toleraine cleanser. It really helps to moisturize and soften your skin, but it's not like a greasy, overly emollient rich type of moisture. It just feels really, really good and comforting, like a little bit of a hug on your skin. So this is so great because whenever I use this and I feel irritated, this just calms it down in 10 minutes. That's all you need to do this mask is just 10 minutes, and this cream is just so hardworking. And the secret here is an isolated compound found in licorice root extract. And this compound is really responsible for the soothing effect that licorice root has on the skin and a really wonderful anti-inflammation benefit. And most irritation is linked back. Everything is linked back to inflammation, right? So this really helps to calm the inflammation on the skin and quickly soothe that irritated burning sensation irritation on the skin, all while delivering a nice little hug of moisture that's non-greasy or filmy on the skin in 10 minutes or less. I mean, instant relief right at your fingertips. So let's keep the theme of instant irritation relief going. This is the NIOD Modulating Glucosides Serum. So if your skin is red, if it's stinging, if it's burning, if it's overly irritated and feeling really, really sensitized, seriously, try this. This works so quickly on the skin. Like I was saying before, when you're feeling that irritation, all you want is for that sensation to go away. You need relief. This serum brings relief on contact practically. Seriously. Like I could not believe it the first time I tried this when my skin was feeling irritated, how fast it soothed my skin. It was just like, oh, thank you. You know, that relieved feeling like, oh, finally I can just like breathe now that my skin feels like back in balance. I've actually used this when I have had an eczema flare up and the itch was so, you just want to like scratch your face off. The itch is so intense and you know you can't itch it. You know you can't. The scarring will be so bad. Just a little drop of this even, like just really soothe the area instantly. And there is one ingredient in here that actually is all about soothing the skin instantly. So it's not just like a placebo effect. There is actually an effective ingredient in here. It's got a funky name. It's 4-T-butyl cyclohexanol. It also goes under the trade name Sensitive. And this is an ingredient that is for burning, stinging skin to help relieve it very, very quickly. But even if your skin is not stinging or burning, this is beautiful for cold weather because it's got such a great texture. It's like hydrating and moisturizing all in this beautiful like emulsion type of texture. It's creamy, but it's not super heavy and thick. It just feels so good on the skin. It sinks in immediately and it's, you know, it has that little hug of moisture that just feels so comforting when your skin's maybe just feeling a little extra dry. It feels good, but it's not overwhelming. So even if you're not fully dry skinned, you're still gonna find this to feel really comfortable, non-greasy and non-sticky on the skin. And even when my skin's not burning or sensitive, I'm still grabbing this because there's so many good antioxidants in here. There's so many great humectants and hydrating amino acids in here. It's really not just about instant gratification, like instant soothing. It actually does have some great like healthy skin benefits in it, which it's really good to just focus on skin health when your skin is getting tested by cold, harsh weather. Maybe you're dealing with some sensitivity and irritation. Focus on healthy skin. That's going to reward you in the long run. So we can't talk about skin soothing in any season without talking about Centella. Oh yeah, it's like our favorite soothing ingredient, right? So good when your skin is feeling vulnerable, irritated, raw. Centella to the rescue. Such a beautiful ingredient that calms inflammation, that helps to repair the skin and really can soothe your skin on contact. Let's talk about the instant soothers. So this is the Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm, and I love this for cold weather because this takes all the beauty of Centella. It's using madecassoside, which by the way, 4 active compounds of Centella. So we have Centella extract, that's like the whole plant. Within the plant, there are 4 isolated compounds that bring all of the benefits that Centella is well known for. Madecassoside is one of those. So it's the isolated compound that's like most responsible for the soothing quality that Centella has on the skin. So think about it as like super concentrated, super calming Centella. That's exactly what madecassoside is. So if you're really seeking for those soothing benefits, you want to find this ingredient, and La Roche-Posay is using it alongside of panthenol, which is a great moisture barrier supportive ingredient. I love that it's taking the power of panthenol and the power of Centella and putting it into this creamy, almost like it almost has like a occlusive creamy texture to it. It's almost like a sunscreen in a way, which is kind of odd, but it does almost have like a sunscreeny type of texture. It's not a buttery cream, not by any means is it, but it's definitely a cream that will like coat your skin, protect your skin. It's got almost like an ointment type of feel to it in a way. It's definitely something that is for ailing skin. So when my skin is really irritated, I just slap this all over my face, almost like a sleeping pack or a slugging product. I've used it when my lips get very chapped and irritated. It really helps with the irritated, itchy feeling. This works for eczema, most definitely. It works on any areas where you're feeling irritation, itchiness, bug bites. It works for that too. And it just kind of helps protect that area. It helps to promote healing. It helps to promote soothing and comfort and bring moisture and barrier supportive elements into the skin. So no matter how way you mix this, like there's so many different ways to use this. I have to have this in the wintertime because it just comes in handy so much. Now I want to offer you another Centella option because I have so many Centella favorites. It was hard to just pick one, but another one that I gravitate towards a lot in cold weather is the Purito Unscented Recovery Cream. So this uses Centella extract, 3 of the 4 isolated compounds of Centella plus 2% of niacinamide. Now 2% of niacinamide is actually really healing for irritated skin because it helps to strengthen the moisture barrier. 2% of niacinamide actually helps to stimulate your skin's synthesis of ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids, which makes your moisture barrier super strong. Pretty cool, right? Like it's not just about brightening the skin. So 2% is awesome, and it's definitely an amount that you see in a lot of sensitive skincare products. Like Roche-Posay relies heavily on niacinamide for its sensitive skincare line. So niacinamide, awesome. Centella, awesome. This buttery texture, awesome. Oh, I love the texture of this. It's just like whipped buttery and like emollient and moisturizing and comforting. And so when your skin is itchy and dry and irritated, oh, this feels so good. Such an elegant texture. Like I love Cicaplast. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's not elegant in texture. I don't think anybody's gonna argue with me on that. Really, like, it's not elegant in texture. Like it gets the job done. It's super good, and we just excuse the texture. But this Purito, this is such a beautiful moisturizer. It feels so, so good. Love it. So slugging has become a really hot topic in the skincare community over the last couple of years. Those of us who have been into Asian beauty for a while and have been using sleeping packs, we've already been slugging for a while. And honestly, probably our grandparents and great-grandparents even were slugging. They just didn't call it slugging, okay? It's a really old technique that works. Like I was saying earlier, you know, definitely the cold weather, it can be super harsh depending on where you live. I live in Wisconsin. It's super harsh. Like in the dead of winter, like right now in fall, it's okay. It's cold, but it's okay. In winter, like it's so icy, it's so windy, it is so harsh on your skin. But even if you're not in like an extreme winter like zone where your skin is getting beaten up by just stepping outside of your door, that's how I feel sometimes. Even if you're not in that type of area, just being inside is actually really rough on the skin. The heating makes the environment so dry. And that is what increases the hydration loss from your skin. And this is probably when you wake up in the morning and you feel that like tight, itchy, dry sensation on your skin. Like I'm doing this because it feels like your skin is like doing this in the morning. That's dehydration. And it happens a lot when you're sleeping because you're stuck in the same room for a really long period of time and the air is just so dry that you're just losing hydration as you sleep. So how do we stop that? Well, first and foremost, build up your skin's barrier. Definitely the way to go, but you can also create a temporary barrier on your skin while you're sleeping to prevent a lot of the hydration from escaping your skin. That's where slugging comes in. So you can use sleeping packs. You can use petrolatum based products. I'm just going to talk about one, but there's a lot of them out there and I have a video on a lot of them. You can check it out. But lately I have actually been gravitating towards the Cerave healing ointment because this uses a good amount of petrolatum, which is one of the most occlusive skincare ingredients out there. Like it's super duper thick, right? It's Vaseline, right? Super, super thick, but it also has barrier supportive ceramides and cholesterol in it. So this has a really beautiful, melty, balmy ointment-like texture that, I really love. Let me explain this because a lot of petrolatum based products are like just exclusively sitting on top of your skin. I mean, that's really what an occlusive is, right? So I can't knock it too much for that. There are different like formulations that can be a lot more elegant, and I think this is one of them. So this is beautiful because it melts onto your skin and it like absorbs in, like 50% absorbs in, and it gives you extra emolliency and moisture and ceramides. And then the other half of it sits on top, creating that barrier on your skin that says, you know, dry air, go away. I'm keeping all of my hydration inside of my skin. So it feels really good because it just kind of like cuts down on that super thick feeling. I think it just feels great while still being really occlusive and fighting the dehydration. I want to give you like a quick tip too. You do not have to put this all over your face in order for it to work for you. I have combination skin, so I'm always dealing with something different in different areas of my face, right? I've been talking a lot about winter, but right now it's actually fall and my skin is in this in-between moment. I'm still a little oily here in my T-zone and I'm getting quite dry in my U-zone. The imbalance is starting to happen. And so I actually just use the healing ointment right now, just here. Just in my U-zone. I'll put it like especially around the chin and the mouth area. That's my most dehydrated, most prone to irritation area. And I really like to slather it on underneath my eyes. I get some dryness there. I'll put a little thin layer on my cheeks, but I don't touch my nose. I don't touch my forehead at all. In the winter, I might. Depends on how I feel. I might get more dry. The oil might dry up there in the winter time. But I wanted to pass along the fact that like you don't have to put it all over your face in order for it to work for you. Because I know that can be kind of scary if you've never, especially if you use a product like this. It's kind of scary, right? So that was 7, but actually it was 8 of my favorite soothing skincare products that I run to in cold weather. So if this video helped you find some great soothing skincare for your skin, I would love it if you would hit subscribe if you haven't already. I release a lot of new videos about soothing skincare, sensitive skincare, just skincare in general. And consider turning on notifications too so you're never out of the loop when I drop the new full-length video. I also do shorts as well, so turn on notifications so you're never out of the loop. I am curious to know, please let me know your favorite soothing skincare, even if it's not for winter time. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you are healthy, you are happy, you are safe, and I love you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.